Welcome back to the channel. If you're a first timer here, welcome to the channel. Larry here, and what we're working on today is the VW. As you can probably tell if you kept up with the shorts that I've been releasing on this VW, 1965 Volkswagen that is, you know that I've started tearing it apart, getting ready for paint. One thing that I had an issue with, and I'm going to reach out to the Volkswagen guys out there, or girls or guys, doesn't matter to me. I don't care. If you have any experience with Volkswagens, you know more than I do. So let's just keep it at that. This right here, as you can see, I've got it up. I've got the wheels off of it, getting ready to pull the fenders. This right here on the first test drive, that almost went horribly wrong because I lost brakes, because this brake got stuck and overheated. Once it cooled off, brakes came back. So obviously this is the problem. I've pulled it apart. This is the one that I actually replaced the seal on. I wanted to see if it was leaking or something like that. Pulled it apart, it is not leaking. The only thing I could tell is that the adjustment was out pretty bad, so I actually backed that off a little bit. It is spinning freely now. Of course not now because I put the emergency brake back on, but it is spinning freely now with a little bit of drag, not nearly as much as it had. But if you have any insight, the brake shoes that I put on it, everything checks out good. So I don't have any issues there. I did have one individual say that brake line in there, the rubber brake line, once they get old, they have a tendency to collapse under pressure, and that can cause them to lock up. I want your insights on this. Obviously, you guys know a lot more about VWs than I do, so I want your insights on that. But what we're going to be doing in the meantime, you can see that I've already got the side chrome off, already got the hood chrome and the VW emblem off. I'm going to be pulling the bumpers off, got the signal lights off. Going to pull the headlights off, pull the glass out, tail lights, rear bumper, everything. Stripping this thing down. I've got to fix the other side fender, the driver rear fender. We had a massive dent right here. I managed to hammer some of it out, but I've still got some hammering to do on that. I'm going to do that off the car once I get it off. We're going to strip this thing down, paint it back the original color. The original color is Java green. The individuals that own this truck, whoever painted this rather, just taped everything up and sprayed white all over it. So this right here is the stock color, as was indicated by information that I gathered inside the car. So that is the color. We're going to go back with it. We are going to put an interior of some sort in it. Now, this car is going to be put up for sale once it is painted and the interior is done and it's in good nick. So what that means is, if you're interested in the 65 VW, hit me up. Anyway, this thing is in excellent shape. I've already started tearing the interior pieces out because the interior is going to have to be painted too. And as you can see, floors are in excellent shape. Just got some cleanup work to do. I'm going to pull the passenger or the driver's side seat out here momentarily, pull the battery out of it, and basically just get this thing cleaned up inside. You can see they didn't even paint the inside of the glove box. Let me see if I can actually get this open. Let me put the camera down here. It doesn't have a spring on it or anything, so I have to do it the hard way. See? Java green. So we're going to paint everything back that color. The seat covers, the black seats, are inexpensive covers. I have actually pulled it apart, and I've got a bit of a discrepancy on the interior here. Again, VW guys, give me some insights here. We've got these are vinyl, but it's kind of a tweed looking basket weave and a nut brown color. All the seats, these are going to need to be repaired and replaced because as you can see, the stock seats are ripped up. The door panels don't match because they're gray. Gray, brown, gray, brown. I don't think so. So I need to figure out, if I can, what the original interior color is in it. Either way, I think it will be okay no matter what I choose. I'm kind of leaning towards the brown because I like the way brown looks in a green car. That's just me. The steering wheel is white. I may attempt to paint that, but steering wheels typically don't do too well when you paint them, so I'm going to have to look into that. May just leave it alone, leave it white. The headliner is going to need to be replaced, so we're basically looking at an entire interior kit here. I don't even know if I'm going to go back with the basket weave, or as they like to call it, this color here. I may go with just a solid color, something that is period correct to a 65 VW Bug. You can see there that that one over there has got the pocket in it, this one doesn't. But the door panels look original, but then again, so do the seats, go figure. But anyway, I'm going to pull the driver's side seat out. We're going to, you know what, this might be a clue too. This is the original, or at least I thought the original cover for the emergency brake. That sucker's gray. This thing might have had a gray interior, but that leaves the mystery as to where that came from, because obviously it's old as the moon anyway. We're going to pull that seat out, clean out the inside of it, clean up everything, and we're also going to pull the fenders off and everything that I mentioned. So, let's get started. And by the way, if I show my underwear on this, sorry about that. I've lost some weight lately, and these pants are like not cool. Anyway, let's get back to it here. I am not trying to be provocative. That's what I'm trying to say. Not thinking that me being provocative would be a failed attempt anyway. So anyway, let's not even go there. All right. Let's see if I can get this out of here without killing myself. And just like that. Yay. Huh. There's my diagonal cutters that I lost a while back. Interesting. Been looking for these for a while. Not real sure what that is. Looks like a horn. Have to look into this because this one has a horn, I believe. If I can't honk it right now because the battery's disconnected and it's about to come out. See, this right here leads me to believe that the brown might be stock because the seat belts are brown. They didn't really put gray door panels in with a brown interior. God, I hope not. That's gross. There's the springs. Not real sure what that is. I'm sure I'm going to figure it out though. This actually has a footrest in it, which is kind of interesting. Kind of like that actually. You know what? I think I'm going to leave that alone because if I start disassembling that stuff, I'm going to stir up something I don't want to deal with. And we have our first problem. The floor right under the battery is rusted out. I'm going to have to check into that. I might just weld the piece in. We'll cover that when the time comes. But that is going to have to be addressed. You can see here, get my camera in here where you can see. It was sitting on this aluminum plate, and that is not good, so we're going to have to address that. And I think I can simply by welding patch in there. I think that's the approach I'm going to use. We'll deal with that another day. Okay, battery is out. I love my dogs, but sometimes I really wish they would shut up. Yay! Now I'm going to reassemble this light, that way I don't lose anything. A little disappointed about the rust in the floor. That's really the first rust I found in the car. Well, that's interesting how that was in there. That's a lovely noise. That annoy you as much as it did me? And after much wrenching, we have a much smaller VW. The fenders are off. I'm going to remove the running boards eventually, but right now I'm going to cut the glass out. Haven't decided if I'm going to remove these or not. It all depends on whether or not I can remove this rubber without doing so, because the windows really are adjusted nicely. They roll up and down really nicely. I really don't want to screw that up. We'll see what happens. But these are coming out next. Let's get busy. Now, I need to be really careful with this, but basically what you do is you use a box cutter or a Titan blade like that, get up under this, and just run it along and cut the rubber. Pro tip, don't set a gray box knife on top of a gray fan. You'll never find the stupid thing. This rubber is so brittle it's coming apart on me. This rubber is so dry rotted, it's just coming apart in pieces. All right, just to rehash what we have done, let me get my cameras and my stick out of the way here. Just to rehash what we have done, fenders are off. All of the trim is off with the exception of this door. I am going to remove all of this as well. Glass is out with the exception of the door glass. I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do there. All the trim back here is off, fenders off of course. This thing is about ready for body work. I can start sanding on it. I am going to pull the running boards off, but that we'll do at a later date because frankly I just don't feel like crawling around on the floor. The good news is the window channels are extremely solid and good all the way around. No rust issues there. You can see where they had some silicone put in right here to prevent leaks. That made it a little bit more difficult to get it out, but the window channels itself are excellent. I can paint this thing completely, totally. Still got to remove that. We'll get to that. That's the windshield washer. I'll get to that eventually. But it is ready to come apart. I'm going to come in here and clean everything up in here real good. I'm going to undercoat all of that under there. But now we can completely paint the car after body work is done, work the fenders and everything. It's a lot easier. On the inside, it's basically stripped out. I do have that rust hole right there. I do have a patch panel coming for it. That will be done as soon as possible. In here, it's a matter of cleaning everything up, cleaning off the rust. I'm also going to put rust encapsulating primer over that scale. That way, it won't rust back. Same with the floors. All of that is surface rust. I can take care of that. Then it'll be a matter of getting the rest of the door panels off. I've got that door panel off already. Get the rest of the door panels off. Get the dash stripped down and get everything in there ready to paint too, because that's supposed to be green as well. So, with the exception of removing the running boards, this part is done. I'm going to click the camera off real quick here and take a look at the running boards and see how difficult it is going to be to get those off. And then I'll decide if I'm going to do that today or not. Here, those are held on by a series of 10mm bolts. I'm going to try to see what I can do with it. Alrighty then. Looks like I didn't have to loosen it at all because they're just hooked in. So I'll stick the bolts back in. That'll make the other side easier to get off. Interesting what you learn. about that? It was a lot easier than I was afraid it was going to be. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So, with the exception of the door handles and the door glass, which I need to do a little bit of research to see if I'm even going to want to pull these out, because adjusting those has always been a challenge of mine. I probably will go ahead and end up pulling it out just simply because I want it completely stripped down. But the point is, I'm to the point now where I'm going to clean my mess up in here. If I can stop kicking cans down the road. I'm going to clean my mess up in here, sweep up everything. I am journeying tomorrow to work on the 66 Mustang. So this is going to be parked for a couple of days. I'm doing this one here during the week, doing the Mustang on weekends. Lots going on, lots to do. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Getting this thing back in some nick. I do have the patch panel coming. We'll be here early next week. That's probably the next thing I'm going to attack on this bug. Well, it is a little bit irritating that I seem to always spend about half my time looking for tools that I just set down. For example, setting down a gray box knife on top of that. Couldn't find it. I was going to clean up my mess, as you can see here, and of course I couldn't find my broom. But what I'm going to be doing now is very simple. I'm going to be cleaning up and organizing. I'm going to clean off some shelf space so I can put the VW parts up there, get them their own nice little space for storage. I've got the glass nice and wrapped up here. Nothing going to happen to that, hopefully. So that is done. And like I said, this weekend to the Mustang project, but then we're back on this, starting to sand, starting to hammer, starting to replace rusted metal in the floor, body work, skimming when I need to, and of course I'm going to use my stripper disc and strip this paint off. That way we can get it back to a finish where it'll go nice and good. Then at that point, once I get all the hammering done, get all the rust fixed, which there's not much rust. There is that one place to fix, but other than that, not much rust. Once I get the rust done, once I get the hammering done on that fender, sand this down, strip the paint off of it, get busy doing body work. Primer, filler where I need it, primer, block sand, just like you saw me do on the Cobra. Rinse and repeat. Let's get back to it. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed the content, be sure and hit like and subscribe. It's interesting that I always seem to have 2 projects at least going at once. I kind of like it that way, though. It keeps me busy. Stick around. We'll see you next time.